Good morning, everyone. Jelly here. Today is December 21st, which means that it is the winter solstice. The winter solstice is a celebration of the return of the sun. It is also the shortest day of the year, and it is also the official first day of winter. We do a small celebration for winter solstice, so I thought it might be fun to kind of spend the day together and see how we celebrate winter solstice. Today is also the day of the great Jupiter and Saturn conjunction. Jupiter and Saturn align roughly every 20 years, but it's been about 400 years since they've aligned this close. And since it is December 21st, this kind of alignment is also called the Christmas star. So this is a big celestial event, and we will be trying to see that star today, and I'm really excited about it. So we did decide to do some winter solstice crafts this year. This in particular is a dried citrus garland. It is made from grapefruit and navel oranges, just kind of strung up on some red string. A big focus of the winter solstice is nature, which is why it is strung up in a green garland with pine cones. Since the winter solstice celebrates the return of the sun, it is traditional to do a sun craft. And we took this wooden sun and we spray painted it gold and added some gold rub and buff to it to give it a little dimension. I then took a fine gold pigment and added it to the rays, and then used a rustic red pigment to do the tips of the rays of the sun. So one winter solstice tradition you can do is clean. And yesterday my husband and I did a deep clean of the house, and the only thing that didn't get finished was a load of laundry and a few dishes in the sink. So it's officially my lunch break. So I'm going to finish up the dishes in the sink for part of it. So there it is, a nice clean kitchen. The only thing that's not really put away are these craft supplies that we're using to do some Christmas presents. And then of course over here, it's a little chaotic because we're using those boxes to wrap Christmas presents. All right, I'm off work and I have to go to the grocery store. So I put on real clothes and I decided to put on this Bulbasaur hoodie where he's eating pancakes, and I picked it out because it has some citrus on it. And I figured that would like match our citrus garland. And then for a bag, I grabbed this Saturn purse that my Kawaii group Secret Santa got for me because it is the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction today. So I figured it would kind of be a little festive. We are getting ready to make chai tea honey cakes. Here's the ingredients. And then we got this cute honeycomb mold. And then over here we have fresh ground chai tea leaves. Like we took chai tea and ground it up in this little grinder. Okay, first things first, we add 1 cup of honey. Next, we're putting in 2 eggs at room temperature. We are whisking together eggs and honey. Next, we're adding in a 1/2 cup of softened butter into the whisked egg and honey mixture. We whisk and whisk and whisk and whisk. Next we got 1 teaspoon or tablespoon? Teaspoon of vanilla. Now we are adding in our ground chai. How much tea is that?
3 bags.
3 bags?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now it's a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Whisk, whisk, whisk that all together. Okay, we are sifting in 2 cups of flour.
Mm-hmm.
2 cups of flour. Sifting. We're putting in 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
and half a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna mix all that together, and then we'll add it to the wet ingredients. So next, we add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients in small batches, mixing in between each batch to create the batter. Now we grease the honeycomb mold. Now we are adding the mixed cake batter to the greased honeycomb mold. And now it's going into the oven at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes until a clean pull out with like a fork.
Yep.
Okay. So we are currently working on Yule jars. We're starting with some cinnamon. Okay, next for the jar, we're putting in some dried citrus. Next, we're putting in some cloves. Next, we're putting in sprigs of rosemary. Tuck that in right there. Next, we are going to add some cedar to the jars. And then here is a close-up of the jars. I believe Josh is going to put some oil in his. Okay, these are our stand-in Yule logs. Since we can't actually burn a Yule log, so we're putting stuff in these little cauldrons. Right now, we are chopping up rosemary. And then that is paper that's in there to help burn. Now we are adding little bits of citrus. Now we're adding in some rubbed sage. Now a very small amount of cedar. Okay, the next thing we'll do is we will write wishes for the new year on bay leaves to be burned in the Yule pot. At this point, Yule pot. We've also tossed a dash of clove in there, and then there are bay leaves with our wishes. Paper and string to help burn, and then now we're adding a dash of cinnamon. We are outside to view the conjunction, and I feel like the video does not do it justice, but that's it right there. You can kind of see the halo of Saturn approaching Jupiter. This is really cool. We're burning one of the little Yule cauldrons. Here's the other one burning. There they go, burning away. We've cut the bubble thing off the top, and now we're gonna dump it. It's beautiful. I love it. So we're a little, concerned that this is burnt. So we're gonna give it a taste test. And I love that it just pulls apart. Look at that. It doesn't taste burnt.
Yeah.
I think it's just the caramelization of the honey.
Yeah.
It's delicious. Okay, so here it is with a little bit of butter and honey. Delicious. All right, everyone, I think I'm going to end the vlog here. We're just gonna heat up some dinner, which is leftover vegetable curry, and then relax. I'm gonna go edit this vlog. Thank you so much for spending winter solstice with me, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.